What's going on, guys? Back at it again with another video on a Dell laptop here. So this is a Dell Latitude 14 Rugged 5414. Now I picked this up on eBay. Actually, I got it yesterday. So this is a rugged laptop from Dell. This is basically Dell's answer to the Panasonic Toughbook. I bought this on eBay just because I thought it was cool. Wanted one, and here we go. So as you might be able to tell, she's pretty beefy. Like I said, answer to like computers like the Toughbook and other rugged laptops such as that. Now this is not the Rugged Extreme, which is Dell's maximum rugged laptop. This is kind of like a step above like an ATG, for example. But anyways, this is a Skylake based laptop. This thing came out, I believe, in 2016. Carried over the case design from the Haswell model. But anyhow, here she is. As you can see, pretty big, pretty thick, although not as big as I expected it to be when I purchased it, to be honest. And this one was actually in pretty decent shape. You can see we have a couple of marks from some stickers, and she's seen some mileage, as they say, but it isn't like completely trashed. Nothing's like missing or anything like that. Got a nice big rubber handle on the front, nice and tough like. Got these rubber reinforced corners all the way around. Big old feet on the bottom. And yeah, it's pretty dope. Everything has port covers on it. This does have a ridiculous amount of ports, which I actually think I'll start with because it's crazy how many ports this thing has. So let's go ahead and start with the left side. You can see we just have a headphone jack, an HDMI port. That looks like a micro SD slot, which is pretty ridiculous. That is super cool to see that there. And a USB 3.0 port right next to that. We've got the heatsink here. Under this flap here, we have the battery. So this is, I believe, a 97 watt-hour battery. And I can go ahead and pull it out real quick. Just has this little tab. Pull this guy out, and bam, there is our battery. It's got a gauge on it and all that stuff, but nice hot swappable there. Yep, 97 watt-hours. The battery is actually from 2017, so it's possible that this laptop is a little bit newer than I anticipated it being. So there's that. Let's go around the back because that is pretty cool. Now, we have a Kensington lock here, but under this flap, you can see that we've got some legacy ports here. So even though this is like a Skylake laptop, it has a freaking serial port and a VGA port. So that is pretty wild. Here we have a powered USB 2.0 port and a gigabit Ethernet port. So that is pretty wild to see fucking VGA and serial on a laptop like this. Got our charge port here. Moving around to the right side, under these flaps, we got more. We got two more USB 3 ports there. We got a full-size SD card slot here. And Jesus, that's the stylus hole, which I think mine is missing. So yeah, these were optional with a touchscreen, and this one does not have it, so that would explain why there's nothing in there. Under this flap here, you can see we have the hard drive, although this one is an SSD, and if we pull it out, you can see it's nice and light. There is a SanDisk X400 512 gig SSD inside this box, so that's pretty cool. Go ahead and pop that guy back in, and that is about it. But still, quite a lot of ports, especially for laptops these days. On the bottom, again, same rugged construction. We got the heatsink hole right here. And yeah, I believe this is for the special rugged dock that these are able to come with. But yep, there you are. So that's the exterior. Very nice. Let's go ahead and open it up. We will continue. So let me back the camera up here. And you can see that this laptop, of course, is very rugged and industrial looking, and obviously this would be used in places like automotive dealerships, construction sites, that kind of stuff. So there you are. So up here we can see that we do have a webcam, and it does have a privacy screen on it, which is kind of interesting. We've got two microphones here, and obviously this big, I believe, which is probably magnesium latch up top here. Mine only has a 1366 by 768 screen, so that's not amazing, but these were available with an optional 1080p touchscreen, so that's nice. Moving down there, we have a nice big trackpad. It has seen some use. It's pretty shiny, but that's that. We've got a keyboard up here. You can see the E key is having a good time. Again, this thing has seen some mileage, but what's funny is that while the E key is all worn out and the space bar a little bit, the rest of the keyboard looks almost brand new, so that's kind of interesting. It is missing the sticker down here for the Intel processor. You might be able to see it, but it does have a Skylake Core i5, like I had mentioned before. But yeah, there is, I believe, external speakers up here. We have a grill here, which may also serve as a heatsink. I'm not 100% sure on that, to be honest, but let's go ahead and boot it up, shall we? So you might notice that the power LED and the status LEDs are green and the keyboard is blue, and that is because this thing has an RGB keyboard, which is pretty awesome. I didn't know that when I bought it. I installed the Dell rugged software, and boom, there was an option for that. And you can also change the color with FNC, so you can change it between white, red, green, blue, and I think amber are the presets. But like I said, it's an RGB keyboard, so you can change it to whatever you like. But there we are. It's booted up. Pretty cool. It does have Windows 10 installed. So let me go ahead and zoom in on the old screen device here, and we can check that out some more. I'll go ahead and pull up the properties right quick. I just finished updating it last night, although I believe it is still on Windows 10 1909 instead of whatever the newest version is, 20H2 or whatever. But there you go. So, like I said, we have an i5-6300U. That is a dual-core hyper-threaded processor with 2.4 gigahertz of megahertzage. We do have 8 gigabytes of DDR4 2133 RAM, which, again, I didn't really know when I bought it. I figured it would have DDR3, but that was another nice surprise. And like I said, it does have that 512 gig SSD, and it just has Intel graphics for that. Although I believe there was an optional AMD Radeon graphics card as well. You can see I've affectionately named it Tactical Latitude because that is essentially what it is, but there you are. That is a look at the old specs. And yeah, this thing is pretty cool. I have one dedicated use for it, and that's going to be for using KTuner, which is the software for tuning my car, which you might be able to see there. I could think that'll be a good use for it whenever I need to do that. But other than that, I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with it, but it's pretty cool to have like one of these rugged laptops, because I used to work at automotive dealerships, and so we'd always have them, and it's just kind of nice to know that this laptop could probably be thrown down a flight of stairs and it would be totally fine. I just think that's cool. The hinges are a little bit floppy. That was the only thing that they mentioned in the ad, but otherwise it's in pretty good shape, and the battery lasts a couple hours, which is awesome. And like I said, it has pretty decent specs compared to a lot of these older laptops that I get, so it's actually still useful. But without further ado, that is going to wrap it up for this Dell Latitude rugged machine, my newest acquisition. I'm pretty happy with it. I think it's super cool. So there you go. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.